very good evening. 6:40, and I'm standing between casino and Idea Cafe is in between, right? So, and possibly end of day, not one of the most perfect timing for brainstorming together, but that's what this session is all about. And together with me, I will invite Simarpreet Singh, country head of SysDig. So we are co-hosting this together. And this is powered by SysDig, the presenting partner of ESCON 2025. So in short, I'm sure quite a few I know for sure inside the room have already done a Idea Cafe session with me before, right? So anybody who's been part of Idea Cafe previously? Yes, I see a few hands. So some of you are already familiar. So it is more interactive, right? It is collective knowledge. I firmly believe that those who come up on stage is at a time maybe whatever less than 1% or 5% if it is a panel of 5 people as part of the overall audience we have here, right? And the collective intelligence, knowledge, experience, I would say practical wisdom that we have inside the room is phenomenal. It's got multiplied exponential power. So how do we tap into that? So this is in a time-bound manner, a very short but yet very, very powerful mechanism of tapping into that collective knowledge and playing it back together. So we all learn, cross-learn and relearn from our individual and group and team and collective experiences. So with that as a context, this will have 3 parts. Part one, typically what we do is we do a live quiz inside the room, but today to save time, what we did was most of you would have responded to a pre-arrival quiz from our team that our team sent to you, and thanks to most of you who have responded. So we'll start with the analysis and the result of that quiz response, the aggregate results. So it'll save us some time, but it'll show us certain sentiments and expectations around cloud security. So we'll start with that and then move forward to phases 2 and 3. And I promise you, it is 6:45 between Simar and me. Let's try to see between 7:30 and 7:45. We'll try to wrap it up not later than 1 hour maximum. But let's keep this 45 minutes to 1 hour as much two-way, as much interactive, and the purpose is to learn, cross-learn, as I said, from each other. So with that, Vishnu, can we show the slides? Yes. So there are 4 questions we had asked, and each question had multiple choice answers. So the first one is the analysis of the response to the first question is as here. How are you currently securing your cloud native workloads around containers, Kubernetes, and serverless, basically your cloud native application environments? I'll not read through all the responses, but the top 2, you can see 34% voting for multiple tools. So it's a little haphazard multi-tool environment, which is not very easy to manipulate or operate. And there is significant dependence on open source, for example, Falco or Prometheus. And that's not very easy to manage when you try to scale up, right? You try to do it in a pocket and a sort of non-production DevSecOps kind of an environment, that's still okay. But moment you try to move it to ops or your production and at scale, you face challenges and problems. So these are the current as-is so far as securing your cloud native workloads or application environment. That's sentiment 1. Sentiment 2 is on the right hand side, as you see, is the ability of having real-time visibility, right, into your, again, Kubernetes cloud native environments. 40%, so 60% majority says there is no integrated one tool, one pane of glass visibility. So it is fragmented, and that again, the operational challenges of having that. And there is no unified view. So 6% says we don't even know what's going on, right? So this is the reality, and this is your responses aggregated and played back to you. So it is not us, it is your environment specific responses. And thanks for being brutally honest in terms of sharing where you are today, because this is where if technology solution providers like Sysdig precisely know where you are in the journey. It becomes easier for them to precisely handhold you in context of your environment, where precisely you are today, where you're, or what specific challenges you have, and how they can help you navigate and help you traverse this journey, progress, move forward in the cloud security journey overall. Sentiment three, how are you handling compliance audits? At this again, prior to me during the afternoon today, there have been multiple discussions on diverse industry vertical specific compliance audits, be it say for healthcare, say the EHR, electronic health records data, or the HIPAA compliance for insurance, or you get into the payment cards industry, PCI DSS, or you get into BFSI, that's the toughest. There's SEBI, there's RBI, and data protection, DPDPs, again, comparable or applicable to all industry verticals. So, who owns it? Some say about 28% says security owns it, so your teams own it. But again, there is friction, there is lack of ownership when specifically challenges happen or sort of gaps gets exposed. There is no single owner who would say, sorry, this is my problem and I will own it up and I will solve it for you. There is a little passing the buck that keeps happening here. And then how to mitigate, how to fix, it's a patchy solution. There is scripting, there is a little more rudimentary approach and no holistic automated approach to bridge the gaps. Sentiment four, and the last one here, in the event of security incident, how quickly can your team detect and respond? Your agility, your speed to respond and then take action, remediate. How much forensic capabilities do you have to investigate? Again, the confidence levels are, I would say, evolving. I won't call it negative because this is a journey. There is nobody who's perfect or sort of achieved best of postures here, but it is evolving, and that's where, while certain levels of automation is there, because of the multi-tool environment, fragmented, disjointed, lack of integrations, it is tough. There is no single again pane of glass approach in terms of forensics. By the time we go and try to investigate, sometimes the containers are already gone. Either somebody would have spun it down, and then you land up into trouble as to recreating where it was previously. So this is the baseline, and this is what, thanks to all of you, your aggregate responses is. So having said that, let's quickly now get into the part two of the sort of Idea Cafe session. And this is where we'll do a little pen and paper exercise, but very simple, as groups and as teams. So I'll come down to the floor and I'll sort of segregate the whole room into 6 groups because I've just got 6 topics. And this is, sorry, I'll just give it to you 1, 2, 3. No, there are 2 sets. So you take 4, 5, and 6. ये 3 आप ले लो. These 3. No, just one. This is an extra set they had printed. So how I think we will do is, let's take 3 tables each as one group. So you give it to, and 3 tables here. So this is group 4. This is group 5, and at the back, group 6. So
what is 5?
So this is group 1. The first 3 tables.
Group 5.
I would request is group 1. Maybe Rajiv sir, you are the group captain. You just have to. I'll distribute this. So this is group 2.
So you feel good with 6 or 4?
Hilal, you are the group captain. The tables, these 3 is group 2. And Krishnendu is the group captain here, group 3. So, very simple, 5-minute affair. Request each group captain to socialize across the tables. Please involve the other tables also. There is a specific theme each group has. All you have to do is document 3 problem areas or problem statements around the theme, around the topic in this 1 page of paper. And be ready with that. We'll come to you and we'll listen to you. and you have 5 minutes to do this. Very simple, high level problem statements. And just to tell you, there are three secret judges inside the room who are judging the activity, who will measure and listen to your response, and they'll also measure, and they'll announce couple of winning teams from the sincerity of approach and the intelligence of ideas you bring to the table. So please give this 5 minutes your full sincere effort.
Shantanu, can we give 2 more minutes? They are still writing.
Okay, Simar suggests
Two more
couple of
minutes.
teams are still making it. Okay, table 6 is also done, table 2 is done, or group 2, group 6. 5 is also done. So the other teams, you are losing points by taking more time. Team 1 is also done, team 3 is also done. Hold it with you. Hold it. We'll come with a mic to each team and you'll have to share your thoughts with all of us. So I think team 5 is still finishing it up. Jimmy, you are the captain. Keep it with you, keep it with you. Done. I think all teams have completed. Round of applause first. I think fantastic. In the shortest possible time, I saw people coming together, really sort of engaging together and trying to sort of contribute ideas. This is phenomenal. Although the time is very short, but still, it's sort of a power game that we are trying to enact here. So maybe we'll start the feedback or the knowledge sharing in a reverse order. So maybe team 6, Kumar Ravi and team, if we may request you to go first, let the mic be with team 6. And you announce your theme first and then the 3 points you have captured, and let all of us absorb and listen and learn from this.
Hello. Yeah. Team 6. Team 6. Yeah, 4 first. 4. Team 4 here.
Oh, they have 4 here, is it? Okay, go ahead. You're sorry, my bad. So, to the judges, that's team 4 who's talking now. So, please announce your team number, your theme, and then your 3 points. So, the judges also know your precise team number.
Yeah, we are team number 4. The topic we got is cloud identity and access management. So, we had a very mind-boggling discussions within our team. We identified 3 key areas of problems. One is the lack of visibility on privileged non-human accounts and the risk exposure we have on the cloud. Second area is the integration complexities in multi-cloud infrastructure. Third one, high risk of identity misconfigurations, detection and response in real time.
Great, thank you. Thanks for kicking off team 4. I appreciate you volunteering and coming first. Who goes next? Maybe this team, Krishnendu and team. You want to take it up? Announce your team number, and I think you are 3. So
yeah,
ahead,
our group is 3, and the theme we are going to speak on today is the cloud security posture management. So I think the 3 problem areas that we discussed. One is basically about the visibility of assets and all the data sets on the cloud. Second most important is the complete configuration standardization. Specifically, we are talking about the encryption standards, and the publicly exposed AWS assets. And the third most important part is about the security controls on the cloud and access controls in specific. So these are the 3.
fantastic. Very crisply, very clearly articulated. Thank you, Krishnendu and team. Round of applause for them. We'll move maybe to the left again. The outer team, yes, Jimmy and team, please tell us your team number, the theme, and then the points. Yeah.
Hello.
Working now.
Group number 6, subject is cloud server threat detection. Before I can say anything, first disclaimer. The question answer is not on my own answer, it's a team answer. It's not independent answer. Okay, the problem number one is log sources and the integration. When we talk about the cloud server and threat detection, if I'm not getting the log and I'm not able to integrate the product with the SIM tool, how I can do the threat detection? For an example, let's assume that I'll buy the cloud-based native solution, PAM solution. If my PAM solution is not going to be integrated, how I can get the threat detection? So this was the first point. Second point is visibility. I think everybody says anytime when we talk about the cloud. So we also put it that the visibility. If I don't know how many instances I have, in fact I have the multi-cloud environment. Let's assume that I have Azure, AWS, GCP, many of the them. At that time, to build the integration and the visibility is very difficult. And third is a common skill set issue, vendor dependency, and the misconfiguration. These three, the pillar point when we talk about the any security. If this thing will not work, then every problem is there. No aware about the which product we are using. Thank you. And again, this is all teamwork.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. And what I like about this team's articulation is that they've leveraged 3 points, but they've communicated at least 5, 6 very, very valid points. So the third point was really power packed, where they have consolidated, maybe added layers of elements. So thank you for that. Move to the other side again. So team 1, Rajiv sir and team.
Hi, good evening. This is Team 1, myself Rajiv Suta, and as a team we have identified 3 problem areas in the topic given to us. And mainly everybody, I think other team members have also covered that, the lack of visibility, which I also felt that.
Sir, the topic also, if you could just read once.
Yeah,
Secure your
it is for the
workloads.
secure your workloads. Sorry, I'm sorry. Our topic given to us was the secure your workloads, containers, and the Kubernetes. So in this area, we have identified 3 problems for this. And the number 1 is the lack of visibility in our system, where the monitoring is not possible because we don't have the visibility of the entire system. Another is the vulnerability. Like a lot many times we have seen that there are threats involved in the system where we can, in the absence of any tools what we have, so there is a complete vulnerability in our system where we can cannot beat these challenges. And another is the inadequate runtime security, where we want to mention that there is a third-party application running in almost everybody's system, and there is a, you can say that red trimming and the blue trimming is happening. That is the main problem area what we have felt as a team. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Visibility, vulnerability, and runtime security. You want to add anything, sir, to what Rajiv sir said? Fantastic. This team, Ambarish, please. Your team number, topic, and
Yeah, we are group number 5. Topic is cloud configuration risk management.
yes, please.
We had a short discussion and quickly we identified 3 risks. One is lack of visibility and transparency in cloud configuration. What happens, we see what is the configuration, but at times we don't know what is actually configuration in force. When things go wrong, we discover a lot of unknowns. That is where we started realizing that we don't know enough about our environment. Second is over-dependency on cloud service provider. We believe that hyperscalers, they will do everything what is required, but at times we have seen that it is not. Third one is implementation of or adherence to regulatory requirements, mainly from the data lifecycle management. Whether data is data location, archival, etc. We believe that it is in this region, but at times it is not there. So these are the 3 risks we identified.
Fantastic. Again, very crisply articulated and fairly unique, compelling points. Thank you. Thanks, Ambarish and team, for that. And we have one last team left now. Yes, please. Red team.
Well, Shantanu, so we had vulnerability management as our topic. And the first thing that we discovered, like when we're discussing among ourselves, was the lack of discovery and coverage in terms of basically like scoping the vulnerabilities, what is the right platform and things like that, and how do we discover the critical assets and critical applications and users and identities for which vulnerabilities might be relevant and how we can actually discover them. And of course, like properly track them. So the second challenge that we had, we discovered, was basically the proper prioritization of those vulnerabilities is often difficult to kind of like have a common criteria to say that, okay, every company will have the similar kind of ranking in terms of vulnerability prioritization. Does not happen. So the tools often actually have to be tuned to be able to basically like map those vulnerabilities to the kind of impact that they will have and the kind of blast status that they may have. So I think prioritization obviously like has to be have good enough classification, good enough correlation, and of course they need to be treated for exploitability, validation, and all those things before they can be prioritized. So often we run into challenge that where the prioritization is always lacking, and that becomes a big challenge. And the third and final one is basically the accountability, which is related to who owns the
Ownership, yeah.
vulnerability. The ownership is a problem. And then, of course, the acceptance. There's often friction between teams that who actually owns that risk, who's accountable for it, and who's basically accountable to fix it, and things like that. Nobody really wants to own it. So acceptance is always going to be a challenge. And then basically properly remediating it to ensure that, okay, it's not repeated. It doesn't become like a recurrent challenge. And of course, like making sure that we have some way of ensuring that whichever vulnerability that we have been fixing gets fixed forever, right? Not just basically we treat the symptoms. And normally that's what we do, we treat the symptoms, not the root problem. So the RCS and all those things are always missing, and that needs to be basically like fixed. So I believe that these are the three challenges that are for
Fantastic.
vulnerability
So,
management.
Taradat, Simar, I think that completes round of applause for all the teams. So, vulnerability discovery, prioritization, ownership, and then remediation, right? So, these are the four succinct points shared by Team 2. Before I hand over to SysDic team, to our judges, three secret judges were scoring the teams at a high level basis what they heard, what they sort of observed in terms of intensity of engagement, how you are articulating succinctly, how much of time you have taken versus what valuable inputs you have shared. So they're synergizing here. So moment the judges are ready, I'll also want to call them on stage and request them to also introduce them and then request them to share maybe top three teams whom they like the most in terms of the contribution. So may I invite, in no order of preference, maybe Arvind Sivaramakrishnan sir, because your name starts with A, so in that alphabetical order. He's from Karkinos Healthcare, industry veteran in the healthcare technology leadership, comes from Chennai. MNOPQR. So Dr. Pawan from Tata Motors, again a very revered CISO and from manufacturing automobile industry. Thank you, sir. Please come. And Rajiv Nandwani ji from Boston Consulting Group. He comes from New Delhi, North. So a little geographic distribution also of where our mentors, our judges come from. So over to you, sir. 1, 2, 3, please. I think you just press this to work. Or maybe just try this one, yeah.
Hi everyone. It was a very interesting competition, I would say, and I saw some people took more time and some took less time. So there were some teams which had already finished, but at the end of the day, I mean, whether they were delivering the three problems correctly or not, and whether they were speaking it well or not. So we took various things into picture before we decided on who is the best one. So team 1, although they finished last and I mean, they presented pretty well. I'll just first go through all the 3 teams, all the 6 teams. Then team 2, I mean, they were first to finish and they had written the topic well. And the presentation was okay type. Team 3 was a small team. They did pretty well when it came to writing on the topic, although it was only 3-4 members who were contributing. Then team 4, it was a very cohesive group which worked well on the topic, and then they spoke also very well. Then team 5, they had very unique points which they discussed, and the presentation was pretty well done. Team 6, they took a lot of time to finish. They were, I think, the last ones to finish, but they created the problem very well and they spoke also well. So based on all this, I would first tell who is third. Third is Team 6.
Round of applause for Team 6. Which is Team 6? Show of hands. Fantastic. Jimmy and team, thank you.
Second is Team 5.
Ambarish and team, thank you.
And first is Team 4.
Whoa!
So no
Kumar, Ravi and
partiality
team.
done in all this. It was a very fair decision taken by all three of us.
But again, fantastic set of points by all the teams. So thank you. Thanks to our mentor judges. Thank you so much. Round of applause for them as well. Thank you for gracing and agreeing to the occasion. So Azaz and team, I think our team has a small token of appreciation, gratitude for all of us. I am assuming the counts are adequate to give one to each of you. So Azaz, please distribute to everybody whatever small token of appreciation you have for this contributory or interactive part of Idea Cafe. Simar, Taradat, Sisdik team, all yours in terms of you heard what the team spoke about in terms of their critical problems are.
So-
Just every table, everybody. Over to you.
No, I don't want to stand between the casino and the audience, so I will keep it really short. I want you to go there, lose some money, boost your economy. That's your economy also. Okay. But if these are the genuine problems, we are here for 2 days, and we would really love to have these discussions with you guys. If these are just for the session, then that's okay. We can have a beer and just forget about them. But we have Tara, we have Himanshu. Where are you, Himanshu? We have Shiva. We have other people also who can help you with finding some solution for these problems. So please feel free to reach out to any of us who have this shirt, and we will be happy to help you with that. Tara, you want to add something?
Hello. I think I heard everyone. I think there are 2-3 pointers which I feel, which could be missed between the judges and all things. The first one, most importantly, which Hilas raised for the vulnerability part. I don't know how many took that seriously, because why I'm saying this, I think day before yesterday, I attended a call with a customer. They are a large telecom company. They are running their entire microservices stack on OpenShift, right? And OpenShift run on a separate OS that called Core OS. And when we talk about the vulnerability management tool, every second vulnerability management tool on this planet map those vulnerabilities with the native Linux vulnerabilities. And when someone trying and fixing those vulnerabilities, there is no correlation. So you required the right tool who understand the vulnerability with the operating system in the core. That is the first and most important part. Second, on the fixation and remediation part, because everyone talk about vulnerabilities, these all are the packages. Now it's important to understand what all packages are currently being used while you are prioritization. That's the second most important part. Third, I think a team who said something about the control, right? Sometimes we leverage most of the people like as misconfigurations, vulnerability, right? The important part, what control mean to you? Does control means if any misconfiguration is there, you are able to have that visibility once in a day? Or your control means if someone might be, as sir given a good example, you create an S3 bucket which you made an open. As per the best practices, this is not compliant. Control means if someone doing that thing now, are you getting that alert? Because when we talk about from a high level side, everything looks similar, but when we are talking from a risk perspective, it's important to have the right discovery, the right context, the right policy and control management. I believe after hearing everyone, I think team has given us something good on the identity part. That's the most important again. When we talk about an identity, now when we are talking cloud world, identities are the non-human identities also. It's important if there is an identity which is being used, is that identity is compromised? And understanding if that is, might be it is compromised, it could be in false positive. What is the impact?
And impact analysis within identity is also equally important. I think these are the 3 points. After hearing all of you, I feel like this is more, if you want to have more discussion around it, we are here for, I think today or day after, we are happy to have those conversations with you. Thank you. Oh, if you have any questions, I am in. Or if you want one-to-one also, I am also 100% in.
Any questions for Team SysDig? Just in case anything top of your mind comes right now, or anyways, we have next 1.5 days together. I think people are little tired now, so they would want to sort of take it easy. Absolutely well deserved. So thank you. Thanks Tarada.
Thank you
Thanks
very
Simar, Team SysDig, again for powering ESCON 2025, very specifically Idea Cafe. So hope it was a short but succinct sort of cross-learning session. So before I hand it over back to Shikha, I think what the team wants me to quickly leave as a sort of little dial into the future input is that while ESCON is a brand we have for this annual offsite or research or the industry handbook, profitable book, we are taking this into a day conference format into multiple cities, and that is named as Digital Heist. So again, from Money Heist, it's taking a leaf from Money Heist and giving it a nice name as Digital Heist. We'll take it to Bangalore, Bombay, Delhi, and then of course to Chennai, Hyderabad, maybe Pune, Ahmedabad as well. So that's for next 6 months, we'll do maybe one in a month every city, and that's how we'll come to each of the cities as well. So we'll again involve each of you, because we can't do it alone. The industry thought leaders and your contribution, your knowledge inputs will be very, very critical towards making it a success. Likewise, sponsor partners as well. We'll need your support to sort of co-create this together. So just a heads up, we'll build it together as we move forward. With that, thank you. I sign off today, and I'll come back tomorrow with a couple of more sessions.